Mama's in the kitchen. Mama's in the kitchen. Mama's in the kitchen. Mama's in the kitchen while the boys are causing mischief.
Welcome back, everybody. It's your boys, the Five Stewart Brothers. We are back with episode 3 of While Mom Was in the Kitchen. We're here talking about more injuries. Today's part 2 to what we talked about last week after Kane smacked his face unnecessarily on the front stairs because there were, gay lumberjacks coming for you or something. We're talking about part 2. Cameron and Carter are both in the same location currently. Cameron, where are you and what are you doing out there, bud?
You guys say
I am
that
in
like me and
Southwest
Cameron are
Florida,
in the
my
same
man.
location every time.
I don't know what you're talking about, Kane. Me and Carter, we are in Southwest Florida right now, living it up. You know, just took a test for a police department. You know,
Yeah.
so we'll see what happens. But we're in the studio right now. We're in the studio. You know,
Make sure they have a union.
they gotta have a union, my man. They do. They are unionized. They are unionized.
Goodness.
True story.
How many crackheads live down there? Is there a lot?
Pretty much all of them. Yep.
Caleb, that could be your new clientele.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start shipping some down to you guys and see what you can do, see what you can move.
See what you can pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah, look behind.
I don't think I'll be peddling anything.
That's
for
fun.
the sake
I
of.
hear somebody told me that you ran a mile and a half in 2 minutes and 11 seconds. You pushed a fat guy on the ground.
Yep, kicked him. He was in my way.
There
I
was
said
a
on
fat
your
guy
left. He didn't get
training.
out of the way.
You shot
There
a
was a fat guy
crackhead.
training and you shoved him on the track.
Yep, that was it. That was the one. That's what happened.
I
You know
hear
something?
from my sources that you shot a crackhead dipped in black paint.
Oh God.
We're gonna cut that
No,
out.
those
That was
sources are
racist
wrong.
as ever. That was so
Those
racist.
sources are wrong because that crosses the line of mild.
We're gonna
racism.
cut that out. I'm gonna definitely have to edit that. That'll get you murdered, not canceled.
Yep. That one will put a hit on me. So
He's
That's
just a painter
unfortunate.
who
Kane.
loves his
Sorry, I
crack.
post raw footage
I mean,
on
just
YouTube.
look at the
So
view,
don't
man.
worry.
Just look at the
Please don't do that.
We're
You'll get
actually
Kane
streaming
killed.
live on YouTube right now. So sorry, Kane.
Who's Kane?
He lives
It's
in now.
literally Daddy Kane 69 that popped up on the
It
screen.
literally shows your handle to everybody.
Every single person.
I'm gonna put Kane's government information down below and the link.
His
later.
passport will be linked below.
His current address.
Yeah. Well, Cam, that's awesome. We're all happy for you. We're glad you're down there doing that
Some
and,
of us.
and hanging out with
Thank you.
Carter.
Thank you.
My other thing I wanted to ask was, Colin, you got a little something you're doing after this. You want to go ahead and plug that real quick?
What? Oh, yeah. If anybody lives
Not
in
your
New
butt plug.
Jersey, go to the Conover Killings. It's really fun.
Conover
What is
Killings.
it?
All the
What
viewers.
is it?
Oh yeah, it's like a haunted trail, and we scare there. It's pretty fun. Cameron's been there.
Top 3 in the state of New Jersey.
just like that, Gil.
Top 3 in the state of New Jersey.
I really hope this gets posted before the end of October.
It will. No, it will. We'll get it out
I
there.
told you.
Carter, where did
Got
you
to get it
go?
out there for the Conover Killings. Got to plug them.
Conover Killings.
My boy
what's his
Jonathan
name?
is doing some hard work this
Jonathan.
October.
That's
Jonathan
right.
is doing some hard work this October.
Yeah,
And make sure you
Cameron's
go
been
follow him
there.
on TikTok.
It's really fun. Cameron's been there. I mean,
Yeah,
he was there. He was scaring. Like
I'll
it's
be there
like,
Halloween weekend. So
it's
shout
like
out
a
Conover Killings.
It wasn't
30-minute walk
scary.
through the
Those
middle
are
of the
real
woods.
monsters.
Real monsters. That's what my
They're not
mom calls me.
scary. It wasn't scaring because those are real monsters in those woods.
Yep.
Check them out. I think it's is the TikTok handle Conover Killings? Conover.
Yeah, probably the Conover Killings, I think.
The Conover Killings. I
I
don't
don't
know. Check them out on TikTok. Search it. Conover is probably kind of the only thing you can find on there.
It's actually pretty popular on TikTok, so you could probably find it. Yeah.
Well, they're
Much more
top 3
popular
haunted
than us, so
attractions.
this really doesn't matter at all.
Do you think Jonathan will give our podcast a shout out?
You'll
He probably would.
You'll definitely see it if you look it up on TikTok because it's like I said, it's a top 3 haunted attraction in the state of New Jersey. So you'll definitely find it if you start looking for Conover killings.
For everybody out there, it's just a guy named Rob. That's all
it.
it is.
It's just Rob.
I heard,
but he might be a psychopath, so it could be real at any moment.
That's pretty accurate.
We love us some Rob.
Corey, what'd you say?
I heard through the grapevine, all of the employees are always intoxicated.
I have no idea.
And
What
they
touch
allegedly.
They touch children.
Allegedly.
You have to pick and choose what you mean by touch there.
19 charges, no convictions. Who's wearing $12 worth of jewelry now, bitch?
What's the accent you're doing? What was that accent? What was that? Who's wearing $12 worth of jewelry now, bitch?
Cameron,
If you know, that's it. That's all.
This is actually
No, I'm not. I haven't had your Wi-Fi the entire time down here.
What'd you say, Colin?
This is my prep for the trail.
They told you.
Well, that should be fun. I wish I could do that. There's not many haunted things out here in North Carolina. There's like a field. And it's literally just a field. I don't think they put anything in the field. It's just a field, and they go, "Scary dark field. Please join." And that's it.
Here's
I think
the
that's
corn.
it. Yeah. No, there's not even corn. They just mow the whole thing. It's just a big pitch black field.
You know what you guys should do sometime that's really kind of scary is running through a cornfield at night that you know coyotes are in.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be bullshit the moment it started talking.
No. On a different note, though, you know what we should do? We got to do a Halloween episode, and we all have to dress up like a Halloween costume. But
Spooky.
I think that'd be funny.
You're telling me that
Dibs on your mom.
you wearing a San Francisco.
Let us know in the comments if you think a Halloween episode should be done.
Spencer, let us know in the
think that would be
comments
fun.
if you think we should do a Halloween costume.
No, casual golfer 24. Not
Casual golf. Oh, sorry, Spencer. Casual golfer 24. Shout out Spencer Bath. Casual golfer 24. Make sure you comment which one you want there. If you're listening to episode 3, if you made it that far.
You gotta tell him that he gets a shout out in episode 3.
I'm going to send it next.
That way we'll get one extra view.
His passport and government name will be also linked below.
Carter's whole info is just leaking people's passports.
He's just here to release inside information on everybody. He's like, I'll give out everyone's personal info. Oh, man. No, so anybody... What's up?
You're telling me that every episode we've done, you haven't been dressing up for Halloween with those nasty San Francisco jerseys?
Shout out San Francisco, baby. We're about to win tonight, too. We're about to beat Dallas. Because, no, I was about to say that. I was about to say that. I was going to say I've dressed up for Halloween every single time because we did it on a Sunday, and then we did it on Thursday, and of course the Niners played on Thursday, and now we're doing it on a Sunday again. So here I am, dressed up for Halloween for 3 episodes in a row.
And who are you if you don't wear a jersey on game day? That's just.
I wear a different. I have a rotation too.
I bring my jersey to work.
99% the only jersey I own is a Calvin Cambridge jersey, and I don't think that applies to
Good
football.
choice. It does.
Well, one, it doesn't apply to football, and it also doesn't apply to basketball.
But it's a great jersey.
Yeah.
It's not real.
That's the equivalent of saying you have a Will Smith jersey. I do. But
that team.
I'm pretty sure these are all
on,
Christmas gifts that I got you.
they are.
doesn't exist.
They are.
Caleb, I know that team doesn't exist. It's just the
Listen,
only
I have
jersey I own.
I have a Jackie Moon jersey.
There you go.
And
That also is wrong.
I have a mean rendition of "Love Me Sexy," so I won't pull it out today. Maybe another time. But
No, you can't. You got to. You got to bring it up.
Hey, Spencer. Spencer, drop in the comments if you want to see Caleb's rendition.
Spencer, only comment. Spencer, save us! Spencer, save us from the shit we're doing.
So, because episode 2 hasn't come out before we're episode 3 filming, it's kind of tough because we were asking for questions.
Just let everyone know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with all those questions we normally get on our on our comments.
Yeah. Well, now we have none, so it's going to be a little
Now we have
tougher this
none. So
time.
now we just got to come up with whatever comes to our mind, I guess.
Now we got to talk out our ass. So
All right, so I think let's jump into this one because this story is a little bit of a long one. We've got our main character here. We'll call him our host for this evening, the one, the only, Cameron Stewart.
How we doing?
I thought you were about to introduce Spencer. I thought
No,
he was
no.
going to walk up to the camera.
Spencer
I was
comes
like, is
on
Spencer
camera.
visiting you right now?
Spencer! And he just pops in. He's like, "Hey guys!" No.
Watch the live stream on YouTube right now.
Oh, he's going to love this episode, man.
I know. This is literally we're gonna. Spencer, that's what you get for being our one and only first comment. No,
Anybody
I think our
else?
host. I think our host is clearly Cameron. So, Cameron, I'm going to let you go ahead, and I'm going to let you tell the story of getting, no pun intended here, rocked in the face.
The wrong story.
Yeah, so we've got the story from childhood, aka Cameron's torture fest. We got this story. There's a lot of debate on it.
Hey, hold on.
There's-
Time out. The story was Cameron's torture fest, or your childhood was Cameron's torture fest?
my childhood, our childhood. That was Cameron Torture Fest, is what that was.
Was the Conover killings just at Cameron?
Kane, you already have a question?
At East
We haven't
G-Town.
even started yet.
Kane, we haven't
I
even started
have a
the story yet.
question.
You weren't even alive.
I have a
You were barely alive.
Hold on.
I
I
have a
love that we make him raise his hand now.
Kane, go ahead before I get
Go
started.
Can I please go get a bowl of cereal before this starts? I'm hungry as shit.
No,
We already
buddy.
started, Kane.
We started.
Too bad.
Before this
You're gonna sit
starts,
there because I'm hungry
15
too, and
minutes
Carter eats
in.
like one time a day.
I understand.
One normal sized meal a day is what Carter eats. So I'm hungry too. We're gonna rock with it.
At least nobody will interrupt. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so like I said, Cameron Torture Fest, aka my childhood. There's a story that goes around and there's a lot of debate on it, on what happened to the rock, who threw the rock, so to speak.
And now Dwayne.
Can you smell what it's cooking?
Asterisk,
so-
it was him.
No, it was not. It was not me.
Okay.
So we had Burger King dumped in our side yard as basically like a landfill as a child.
Not
Dad was
something you
pissed
hear
about
every
it,
day.
but that needed to be said for this story. Burger King was dumped in the side yard.
Absolutely.
So Colin, Caleb, and their two friends, I think it was Chris, and yes, it was. I'm fairly certain that there was 4 of them.
All right, you
Okay,
keep
Carter.
going with your story.
I'll fill in this part of the story. It was Colin and Caleb over on the one side of the yard, me and Cameron behind the house. We were getting ready to go bowling in Clifton
I
Park.
know.
That's what I remember.
That was
too.
it.
I know, but I'm
No,
fairly
no,
certain
no.
that there were 2 more. At
There were
least
not.
1 more. Anyways,
There's a whole
Okay,
gang
whatever.
of people.
It's like, it felt like the archers were over there in medieval times, just wailing arrows.
well, either way, me and Carter were sitting over there. That was back when there were trees in the backyard, and we were behind one of the trees, and we were the tree was getting pelted with rocks from the side yards, which were actually like little blocks of cement from Burger King. Because Colin and Caleb were standing over there on the mounds, chucking them, just hurling them at us. Right? They were chucking these things. So me and Carter, we decide, hey, we're gonna make a run for it for the house. That's it. We got to make a run for it. We got to get inside. Carter goes, we're gonna run on 3. 1, 2, takes off. He takes off for the house. So I'm behind a little bit. I'm like, a couple steps behind because I take off after him, even though he didn't say 3. And all of a sudden, I feel the wrath of God come down on my forehead. And that's hold on.
Time out. You felt what?
The wrath of God come down on his forehead.
What did he
Pause.
say?
We're gonna back that up. We're gonna rewind that. I'm gonna rephrase it. Got hit in the head with a rock.
Good.
I got hit in the head with a rock. Started bleeding profusely from the forehead. We go inside.
Were you on blood
Mom's-
thinners?
What?
Shut the fuck up. Mom patches me up. You know, we end up going to the bowling night with Rod. I bowled a gutter ball that night, and it came out of the gutter, and I got a strike. So it was my lucky Band-Aid.
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember that. I
I remember that happened. That's a highlight of my life right there. I'm gonna be honest.
Timeout.
All right, I'm thinking the next person that has to go is Carter because he was clearly on the same side as him, so he has a good recollection of what was coming at him versus what was.
I will just preface this with they said that I threw the rock. However, I did not return fire one single time.
No. You don't get to belittle our story.
And I'm also going to refute that with there is no way a rock bounces about 50 feet from an 8. Well, how old do you think I was?
You don't get to belittle our story.
10?
We didn't even tell our
10
story
years old?
yet.
You don't get to tell our story before we tell it and just spill our beans and tell them that it's not true. No, you don't
Fine, I'll give you why it's scientifically wrong once you tell your side of the story. But Carter, go ahead.
You have to wait for your turn to rebuttal. Carter, big fella.
We're gonna strike Cameron's last 3 sentences from the record for relevance purposes.
Because he was a little delusional, clearly.
Yeah. He's in the Florida sun too much.
At this point, the relevance has not been established yet, so he can't rebuttal something that hasn't been spoken yet.
Absolutely. Order in the court.
First of all, Cameron was semi-right on most of the details. We were on the one side, you guys were on the other.
That's a terrible remark.
Semi-right on most of the details? I need further explanation to
That's a bad start.
We were over on the one side of the house. We were just chilling there and waiting for everyone to come outside to leave. There was a rock. All of a sudden, it was like slow-mo, too. I seen it come over this corner of the house, and I was like, yeah, glad that didn't hit me. Turn around, bam, Cameron gets hit in the face. I was like, man, that sucks. I don't recall saying I'm going to run for the house, count 3, and then running before him. If anything, I would have used him as a meat shield.
That's bullshit. We were pinned down. They were chucking rocks.
Carter totally pushed you on the ground and said, 3! And pushed him and ran.
So what had happened was the back corner of the house is here. We were stacked up on the house. You guys were behind a mound, but then we had taken steps away from the house to see where you guys were. That's when the rock came over and got Cameron, and I was in front of him. He was right behind me. We didn't.
You're helping our story now.
Also,
That's wrong.
going to also lay the groundwork
Your back was turned. You saw the rock come over, and you were running, and you were like, that rock's not hitting me, and then you heard thud. And looked back behind you?
No, I wasn't running.
You watched that rock. You watched the rock come over the house and hit him square in the forehead.
It was like this.
Like watching a baseball home run. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, just like that.
I don't know what he's talking to. He's had too many concussions.
Wait, also listen to this too, though. I will say to rebuttal Cameron's rebuttal without grounds for rebuttaling.
Bring up my argument.
There's no way Cameron. Stop. Wait. There's no way Cameron could have thrown a rock because we did not have rocks on that corner of the house. You were the only ones with ammunition in the field.
There were so many rocks in our yard. Our whole yard was rocks.
I bet
There is
You
no
remember
way.
because you remember the yard nice.
We're not going to argue this until we get a chance to tell our story. We can't
Go
do
ahead.
that. You can't.
Oh wait, Kane,
Sorry,
Kane
Kane.
had his
Sorry,
Kane
Kane.
had his
You're
hand
not.
raised.
Kane, you don't have a story in this.
No.
Kane had his hand raised.
He had his hand raised. He's good. Go ahead. You may speak now, son.
So my side of this is
You were sitting there doing nothing inside.
I don't remember shit. I was probably pooping my pants in mom's lap. So
Carter, do you want to transition that one?
No, we don't. Recticare.
There you go.
This is a perfect time to plug our sponsor, the future sponsor, hopefully, Recticare. Has
I'm
your
waiting for you
bum
to show up with a bottle of Recticare and just hold it in the screen.
We should have totally hit CVS before this.
has your bum been itchy and or burning sensation while doo-dooing? If it has,
And or burning
please contact
sensation.
Recticare or your doctor.
Can you give us the disclosures? Please do not use if pregnant, may cause nausea, vomiting.
May.
And sometimes lead to death. Sometimes may lead to death.
So
Yeah.
again, just to
Could cause
recap,
tummy rumbling into the fact of throwing up blood out of your eyes.
just to,
Death by
Oh.
chocolate.
just to recap, what Recticare is not. It is not an STD cream. It is
No.
not lube. And
No.
it is not.
Well, we're not really sure what it is.
It's not an enema either. An
That's
enema?
And then that's the anime. It's also definitely not Neosporin, which Cameron definitely needed for his forehead. Don't use it as Neosporin because that would be bad.
Unless you need
It
to
would
use
probably
it on your
burn.
rectum. You can try it on your
All right.
rectum.
Anyways, let's get back to the story. Caleb, what's your little decision on this?
I'm gonna go last because I have a hot take, I think, and Colin, I'll let you go first.
You know what? My story was that Cameron threw the rock, but
Like
after
45 minutes,
Carter's
maybe?
real sketchy story, I'm feeling
okay.
like Carter might have thrown
That's
the
a little
rock
bit
and it
crazy.
came back. Because there's a 0% chance Carter picked a little tiny rock out of the sky and was like, let me just watch this one specific rock
And
go all the way to Cameron's head.
hear me out.
Colin,
And hear me out.
that was my hot take. That was my hot
I'd
take.
be okay
That
with
was
that.
literally what I was gonna go with.
I would be perfectly okay with that hot take because hear me out. How old do you think I was?
Just 8-ish.
Oh God, I
Probably
don't know. I
8
don't
to
have
10.
a sense of time at
8
that
to 10.
point.
I
Right?
don't know how old
Somewhere
you are.
between 8 and 10. We'll say 9 for the sake of in between 8 and 10. There's no way an 8 to 10-year-old is throwing a rock off of vinyl siding and having it come back more than 2.5 feet.
It wasn't vinyl.
All right.
One, the house isn't made of vinyl. It's made of
Yeah,
wood.
you crazy?
What
Is it
siding?
wood?
Yeah, it's
No, it's like a
wood siding.
plastic. It's like a plastic vinyl.
No, hold on. But what I think happened here, and Colin, I'm going to play off your spot, is you know how you guys
Cameron,
said
our
you
house
were
is
pinned
definitely
up.
wood.
You know how you guys said you were pinned up against the house?
We were not.
That's what Carter just said.
You were.
You said
No.
that too.
We were behind the tree in the backyard. You remember when there was that big ass tree back there?
I can't throw that far.
It's like a 3,000-yard pass.
That's literally like
No,
100
it's not.
yards. It's like
I
100
am.
yards
Oh
from
my
the
god.
to the back
Oh
of the
my
freaking-
god.
That's the back of the
Oh.
backyard.
Let's okay.
I
if
am
you're
going
8
to
to 10,
send-
we're like 15 years old. There's no way we're throwing that ball, the rock, 100 yards.
Who is he?
It
Michael
was not
Vick?
100 yards.
Dude, it was so,
Right.
you were like,
So far.
You don't remember the tree that was in the middle of the backyard?
He still ain't Michael Vick.
do you know how far that is?
From
We were
the
like,
when you get
first
home, 'cause
pile of
You're
rocks?
gonna get home.
You weren't out
I
by
want-
the stop sign.
rocks
You get-
also like we would have had to throw like a baseball sized rock for it to be able to throw it that far. Like these
You
were like
still wouldn't have
little
been-
rocks.
Cameron, when you get home, I want you to pace out.
I'm going to send you a video of how far it was.
I
Because
want you to
no,
pace
you
out.
guys are so
We'll
wrong.
post it.
You
When-
guys
when
are
you pace it
so
out-
wrong.
Hold on. I want you to go videotape pacing out from the middle of the side yard to the middle of the backyard. And
It
I
was
want
not
you
the
to tell
middle.
me-
It was not the middle of the side yard.
That's where the
You
mountains
remember-
were.
You remember where the first mounds were in the yard?
They were
Dude,
past
that's
where the driveway is.
it's past the driveway.
No, it was not.
You think we
Oh,
were
man.
okay? Where were we standing?
Now
was
I
barely
know-
past
no,
the shed.
Cameron, now I know
It
you
was
threw the
barely
rock.
farther than the shed.
Now I know you threw the rock. Because that's a
You
shame.
guys-
That's a
You guys are
shame.
terrible. You guys are horrible.
You
guys are terrible at this.
You guys are terrible fucking people.
happens.
I got a
You guys
question
are
for the
so
jury.
fucking bad at this. But
All right,
I will
Carter,
take the
let's
hot
go.
take of Carter through the rock.
I'm going with so Colin, continue because I'll go after you. Go keep going. You think Carter threw the rock, and I'm on board with that.
So you're telling me now we backtrack off of you throwing the rock off the side house?
No, Carter, I'm thinking I'm totally on Carter threw the rock right now.
I 100% know that I did not throw a rock because I did not return fire. However, I also know that Carter said we're running on 3, 1, 2, and dipped.
So then
Yeah,
how
but
did
your
did not
story's
say three.
changing a lot, dude.
That story has not changed, Kane. Since the day that it happened, that has not changed. That Carter said we're going on 3, 1, 2, and took off on 2.
Really?
That
Because
does not
that's the
change.
first time I've
Hold
ever
on,
heard
hold on,
that.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
How
Kane,
did I throw a rock if
Hold
that's
on.
the story?
Whether look, I'm just saying I did not throw the rock. Whether you threw the rock or not, I don't know.
Colin, we got them pinned against each other.
I am
Yeah.
up
We are
until they
winning this
came up
argument.
with
We
that
haven't even
theory.
said
I was
anything.
100% that they threw it. Carter, I do not think that I don't.
We're winning in
but
an
also,
extra 2 sentences.
I know that I
you
did
didn't
not.
finish your story. You didn't even finish your story, and you got them pinned against each other.
No, all I want you guys to admit is that I did not throw the friggin' rock. All right,
That's
I did
what
not throw it and hit
no.
myself.
Listen,
This is like
we
a-
don't
this
know
is a
who threw it,
mystery,
but
and
we
we're
know
trying
we
to
did
figure
not
it out.
throw it.
We're
I
trying
did
to
not
figure
throw
it
that
out.
rock.
Did.
We're
Kane
trying to
did from
figure
his
it out.
window.
I
Yeah,
threw the
imagine-
fucking rock.
Imagine Kane was like
Essentially-
upstairs out the window just tossing rocks
Sniping.
at people.
Tossing like
It's like
scented
4-year-old.
candles out the window.
He's picking
Guys,
people up.
I'm telling you, my story is the most accurate because when that rock came over the corner of the house, like Hoosier's music was playing in the background. I could feel it in my head. It was like,
Carter, you're making your case so much worse.
So much worse because one, I don't know what Hoosier's music is, but
I can't make it
Hoosier's
worse. because-
music.
Listen, the fact of the matter is, Cameron has already made grounds for dismissal on his case because of the fact that he went from defending himself of throwing the rock and that you threw it to then you guys got him backed into a corner and he totally switched and said that I threw a rock
Wait,
on
no.
you.
Wait,
No,
can we go?
I have defended
My
the
question
fact
is-
that I did not throw the rock the entire
hold
time.
on, Cameron, you don't get to rebuttal yet. We're not even done with stories.
Wait, but I
That's
have a
That's too
question.
bad. That's too bad. You guys are just trying to throw me under this story
No.
about how I got hit in the head for the rock.
Cameron, I have
We're
a real
not
question
trying to
though.
think- we're
Who
trying
do
to
you
help
think
you.
threw the rock?
Who do I think threw the rock?
Yeah.
I think it was you guys.
Well,
No, not
which
you guys.
one?
Who specifically though?
I think it was Caleb. He has impulse.
You think it
I
was
don't know
me or
who
Caleb?
tossed the rock from way over yonder. What do you mean?
What'd you say, Carter?
Carter, say it again.
I said I think it was Caleb. He has impulse disorders.
That's true.
So that's the reason I asked Cameron, because if he said me, I'd be like, you think me of all people threw a rock?
No,
The one who's like,
that's-
wait, no, maybe we should think this through. Let's not do that.
Colin,
Listen.
you also flung dog shit at the house. So don't pretend like you're a little.
Yeah, but
goody
I didn't
two-shoes.
start that. I didn't start that
say-
at all. I had
I have
zero
to say-
start in that, and I just saw people doing it, and I was like, all right, they're not in trouble yet, so maybe I'll.
I have to say, guys, you made a great decision on your choice of who you're going to blame through the rock. You made a fantastic choice.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because if they blame me, I was like, you guys don't.
Because Carter's spot on. My impulse control was
Yeah.
not
If it was
close
anyone,
to
it would have been Kate.
anyone, it was me.
Know your purpose.
But I'm
Scouting
gonna
report,
take the
baby.
big
Scouting report.
I'm gonna.
YP.
I had an arm too when I was a little younger, but that's not here, neither here nor there.
But it
I had
is.
an arm because I was
It's here and there.
quarterback when we played football in recess. That's all.
Who's schoolyard
Um,
quarterback, baby?
Yeah,
So Caleb could throw a 100-yard touchdown pass.
I could throw a 100-yard piece of shale, but I don't know. No, so here's the story. Here's the real story. I'll tell you the real story.
Fake
with
ass
all
story
the-
that he's about to make up on the spot.
with all the good stuff. No. So here's what I got. So yes, we're in the side yard. We're behind the rocks and the mounds. You guys are pinned up by the mud room door, right? We're kind of throwing rocks and we're lobbing them up over the roof, but you're hiding pinned up against the wall underneath that little awning on the third floor. Do you know what I mean? Where the roof kind of hangs off the house. And here's what I think you guys did, because we started throwing them, yes, but we threw them, and then maybe like 45 seconds to a minute later, like we don't hear anything, so we're like nobody's throwing anything back. So we literally turned around turned and started walking towards the driveway, and then we heard thud. Ah! And we're like, what the hell just happened? I think what happened was Carter wheeled back, chucked a rock. It hit the little awning thing that's hanging off the roof. He goes, on 3, we're going to run. 1, 2, chucks a rock and runs, turns around. Cameron's got blood on his face because the rock hit the little thing, comes back, falls on his head, cracks his head open, and then we go in and we see all the blood. I think that's
that is a very well thought out fallacy, Caleb.
How?
What did I do? A front flip and a cartwheel while I threw it?
No, you can talk and throw things. What do you mean? You can chew gum and walk.
No, he couldn't talk till he was 8. Okay, he was not throwing things and running at the same time.
You guys love to count down and then not finish. He was like 1, 2.
I never finish.
And it hit, came back, just like you, Cameron, just like you.
I never.
And it'll get higher. 5, 4, 3.
That's another. We're not bringing that up. We're not bringing that up. That's not one that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll come later. Don't worry. Not in this.
That's
episode.
off limits. No. That one's off limits.
You guys love. What do you mean it's off limits? How's it off limits?
That one's off limits. I'm telling you, that one's off limits.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that off air.
1,000 subscribers, so maybe like
We'll talk about that off air. We'll talk about that when we're not recording. But
Maybe.
that's what I've got. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And then Cameron went and bowled a 300.
Yeah, Cameron went and bowled a no-hitter.
No, I bowled, and I swear that is like that. If there is one thing I know for certain happened in my childhood, if there's one thing that is like that happened, it is after I had that Band-Aid all up over my face. I bowled the ball and it went in the gutter and rolled. It popped back up into the lane, and I got a strike.
Cameron, you're not the only person who's ever had a face injury. Someone.
Yeah, yours was self-inflicted, Kane. I don't want to hear it.
No,
You got scared of the meter man.
Kate was the only one in the house. There's no argument on who did it.
That one, I'm talking about pushed into
With
a
the
desk.
gay lumberjack.
Speaking of,
Gay Canadian lumberjack.
One of you 4 pushed me into a desk when I was too young to stop myself.
No, we hit you in the face with a basketball. No, we hit you in the face with a basketball.
It wasn't one of us, Kane. It was 3 of us.
Wait, I got one. Stop. I got one.
What happened?
This one, because I can admit self-guilt, this one is the one. This is a Kane story, and I did it. So we'll just clear the air right there.
Okay. There you go, Kate.
You know those little bouncy seats or whatever, but like the one where the babies lay in and they're like rocking with the
Yeah.
So, story.
It's a good baby impression.
Mom, thank you. Mom thought it was a good idea to put him downstairs in the playroom or whatever before we actually ripped up all the carpet and stuff. Where we had the basketball, we'd open the basement door, put the basketball hoop on it. We were playing basketball.
Brown tile?
This was better than the NBA Finals, by the way. Anyways, she decides to put Kane in the little seat down there and then go upstairs. Kane's down there. I don't know how I got a real-sized basketball in my hand, but I got a real-sized basketball in my hand. And I was dribbling, and I accidentally missed, and the ball went out and hit Kane square in the face. And he started crying, and Mom came down and was like, why is Kane crying?
That was you?
That wasn't you. That wasn't how it happened. We were all down there when that happened because Mom put him down there with us. We were passing a real basketball around down there, like behind the back and like doing dumb shit like that. And all of a sudden you chucked one behind the back and you whacked him in the face and we all ran away while he screamed.
Yeah, but Mom came down. No, I was just setting the stage of the room. I was setting the stage of what that room was typically used for. It was like the playroom we destroyed. It was messed up.
You know what?
But
with that story, I remember Kane getting hit with a basketball and all of us running away, but I don't remember who actually did it.
Yeah, that was me.
So if you said you did it, I believe you because
did it. I remember because like we were trying to do like around the back passes, and he was the only one that couldn't really handle one and couldn't really do it. And he was trying really hard, and he chucked it. And literally, I think Kane was only like days old.
Yeah, he was
Like,
baby.
not even
really, really little.
Yeah, he was
Well,
maybe
Mom
like
came down,
a week old.
and she asked
That was the
why
first
Kane was
of
crying.
many times I was hit in the head with a
Hold
basketball.
on, Kane, you don't even remember this part. She asked why.
Yeah, I
asked
wonder
why.
why.
He doesn't remember anything after.
She asked why he was crying, and since I was the only one standing there, I said, "I don't know. Maybe he pooped, or he needs."
I believe that. I believe that.
Kane, and that's the origin story on how Kane is the way he is.
Yeah, that's why Kane interrupts everyone. Because he got hit in the face with a basketball.
And he goes and gets some cereal instead.
and films on the toilet. Like, it's
I mean, there were many times that you got hit in the face and we covered it up, and nobody actually knew what happened.
Oh, I know. I
Well, yeah,
know.
I mean, by that time, he's the fifth, so, like, whatever happens.
Yeah, you were just in the way,
happens.
dude. You were literally just in the way.
I think I might have the world record for most amount of times hitting the head with a basketball. So
I mean,
what did
I
you
know
want us to do? Not throw it at you? That doesn't
Yeah,
sound
come on, Kane,
fun.
that's ridiculous. We're gonna hit you with a basketball.
I mean, I know for a fact I was holding you as a baby and dropped you twice.
Oh, that's another big one.
That's another big one. I was dropped
that
on my
was
head.
definitely me who dropped him also.
Yep,
I
that's
was
the big
dropped
one
on
I was
my
talking
head.
about. It was
yeah,
Caleb.
I blame
Yeah.
Mom, though. She
Caleb,
told me
but
to
I've
drop
dropped
him, so.
Kane numerous times.
Colin. So
What?
this is, I mean,
Yeah.
I think this talks to Colin's character more than it does to mine. He was holding me when I was like a newborn baby. He picked me up. I was laying on my stomach, and he picked me up. And
By the ankles.
no, he just tried to like by my waist, but he like picked me up. I think he like picked me up like this.
Yeah, it was
And
just
I'm
holding you
like-
sideways.
I'm like hanging like head first, and I'm like a newborn
Colin-
baby. And Mom
Colin
walks
was
in
over
and
there
goes,
taking.
What?
How many babies
Colin was,
does paint the wall? Depends
Colin
on
was over there. Colin was over there taking Caleb by the ankles and cracking him like a whip.
no, he had me like under his arm, like around my waist under his arm, and like I was like dangling, and my head was like I had a big old head, so it was like bobbing down. And mom walked in and goes, "Put him down." So what
No,
is he
she
doing?
said
Just
drop him for sure.
oh, I don't remember. Drop him, put him down, anything. And Colin goes, "Well, all right," and just let's go. And there I go, wham, right on my face.
Listen, she
So-
asked me to drop him, so I dropped him. That's
Yeah,
not my
I think
fault.
it more talks to Colin's character as she's just
No.
like, whatever. Yeah, I'll put him down.
It really
You-
speaks
you
volumes
wanted
to
it.
Colin's. It speaks volumes to Colin's understanding of the English language at a young age, is what it does.
He was very
Really
bright.
understood.
Really
and
understood
it
what people
showed
were trying
Mom.
to tell me.
It showed Mom that she is going to need to communicate a little bit better, and she
She
never
had to
did.
use her words a little better because drop him was not what she was looking for. I think she was looking for maybe put him down gently back where he was.
Please set him back down.
Place him back on the ground, please. It dropped me right on my face.
It's Mom's fault.
That's why I look the way I do too.
I think we can chalk it up to Mom's fault. I think so.
Well, yeah, I mean,
everybody.
verbiage was very
Colin is
important.
just very- Colin is just very good at following orders. That's all. That's all.
Kane.
Yes, Kane, what's up?
Boy.
I have a question for everybody.
No.
What's the thing you remember Mom always saying?
Always
Shut up,
saying.
stupid.
Shut up.
Oh, you dumb piece of shit. Oh.
Let's start. Ready?
Oh, that was Dad. Sorry, I get those two confused.
This is
You
why
ruin every
yeah,
holiday.
No, I should put out a disclaimer. They
Oh,
never
we
said
ruin
that
every
to us.
holiday's a good
You
one.
ruin every
We
holiday is
ruin
definitely
every
it.
holiday. Disclaimer, nobody ever called me a dumb piece of shit. Well,
you're
Yeah.
ungrateful.
Well, Caleb, you might be the exception to that.
No, yeah, Caleb, I think you heard "Don't make me get the spoon" pretty often.
don't make me get
Yeah.
the spoon was a big one for me. Yeah, they broke the spoon on my tuchus.
Although usually
actually.
that turned into "I'm getting the spoon," and then
And then it turned into
Then
me
there was
running
scattering.
away. Into me running away, just screaming jokes, trying to make one of them laugh.
Trying to put
and
pillows in
hoping
your
one of them
pants.
stuck.
Hoping, yeah, just screaming jokes on the way out, hoping one of them stuck.
Kane, was there a correct answer to
He said,
this?
he's
Or
running away. He's like, "What's worse than a worm in your apple? The Holocaust."
Just like, did she laugh? Did she laugh?
Kane,
There was
there
always one of
right
us who just
answer?
screamed penis. That one too. Penis.
Yeah, Kate, what's the right answer though? Is there a right answer? I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, Kane's answer was
Oh,
pretty
good
good.
question.
Open-ended.
Great
Open-ended.
question. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I think you ruin every holiday is probably going to be my vote.
That's got to be number one. Yeah.
If you don't like her, it doesn't fit. I have the receipt.
Yeah, that's a common one.
Nah,
That's really just a Christmas though.
What did you just
That's
say?
really just a Christmas thing though.
You focus too much on the it doesn't fit there, Caleb.
Yeah. And all that happened while Mom's back was turned in the kitchen.
And all that happened while Mom was.
Speaking of Carter, I think you missed your cue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your noise maker?
The sound effect, the 15-minute sound
Your
effect, Carter.
You got to get on it there, bud.
Oh, we're past
I mean,
15.
he's missing it.
Well, we're 3 past 15.
Yeah, we're at 10 now.
It did. Yes, it did. What a I say it every time. What a distracting 15-minute warning that is. I farted in a poopy swift. I love it.
I think the moment at the end is the best part. Because if that's the noise you make while you're going to the bathroom, you got some real issues.
What?
Carter, plug?
Wait, that was a live recording.
Of who? Kane?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's actually in the bathroom again.
Oh, I
feel like
actually
have to say again for that.
Speaking of injuries, do you guys remember? I don't know. For some reason I vividly remember this. I remember Mom falling down the stairs. Like the only time.
I remember you trying to jump over the gate at the top of the stairs and breaking your arm.
That's what I remember.
Well, yeah, I vividly, for some reason, remember Mom falling down the stairs to the front door and just screaming. And I went, "Are you okay?" And she went, "No, I'm fucking okay." And that was all I remember. That's all I know. And then I just walked away. I was like, "I'm just gonna leave you here now."
Okay, Mom's seriously injured. I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah, this is above my pay grade. And just like
we throw
just
a joke in there. Or...
Yeah, I was like, "Did you want to hear a one-liner?" I don't know.
He said, Caleb said, his joke was, wait, I don't know if I should say this one. I'm not gonna.
You can't bump it up and then not say it. If it's no good, I'll cut it out. But now you have to say it.
Okay. What's the difference between? Wait.
That is good.
Yeah.
This is really good.
Yeah. Wait. Here we go. I had to remember. What's the difference between me and cancer?
What's the difference, Colin?
Cancer. Cancer.
He loves that joke.
If you are,
Our father
quick disclaimer, if you are someone who is being domestically abused, please call the hotline and go get help, please. We love you.
And also,
he didn't have cancer and he didn't beat me. Well,
he didn't beat me hard enough.
guys, I want to throw another disclaimer out there. Get your moles checked out. You know, you don't want to have cancerous ones. On top of the child abuse.
And when you're in the shower, cup your balls for lumps or something.
Yep, something like that. Definitely fondle them a little bit.
Fondle yourself in the shower, man. Fondle yourself in the shower.
On your moles.
Recticare your balls so you know if there's cancer.
Nair. Okay, let's bring that around.
Quick preface: Recticare is not a cancer-finding ointment.
But hold on, time out.
That really though.
Now, is it your fault if you end up having testicular cancer, but you used Nair on your little bits? You know,
it is your fault.
Is it your fault?
100%. Don't use Nair on your bits. That sounds painful.
That's not a warning, though. They don't warn you.
They don't? Well, then there's going to be a very large lawsuit.
That's what I was thinking. Which is why I went and used it on my bits. Because I want some money, you know?
You put Nair on your bits?
In Cameron's case, it's going to be a very small lawsuit. But either way, it's still a lawsuit.
Pea-sized bit of there.
I still have the same
dab will
from
do ya.
2014.
I got the same tube.
Yeah. So I have one more. I have one more injury story, and it's my injury. And it's kind of my favorite injury, only because it has to do a little bit with Colin and a little bit with Carter. And it makes me get injured. Do you guys remember the sheds in the back?
Yeah.
The floating sheds.
The two sheds, yeah. When it would rain a lot, the sheds would float, and we would floating sheds. Yeah, it was funny. But you remember how they were by that tree, and the tree didn't have any limbs on it, so Colin shuffled up one of the trees and then stepped over onto the shed. Do you remember that, Colin?
I think so.
All right. Well, you did. You shuffled up the tree, and then you got over onto one of the sheds. And I was like, "Oh, damn, Carter, we should get up there with him." And you were like, "Yeah, you go first." And I was like, "All right, I'm going." So I go to shuffle up onto the tree, and that was the easy part. But my legs, I wasn't really strong enough to get over. So I got my feet on the shed, and I was the shed was what, 6 feet tall. And I got both so I'm up, if you can see, and my feet are on the shed, and I'm sitting like this, and I'm like, I can't get over. And so my hand slipped, and I started falling, and I tried to brace myself, and I landed on my hand, and my thumb broke and was like facing this way. It was like facing back and like almost touching my wrist. And I just like looked at it for a second and was like, "What is it? What's going on?" And Carter's like, "I think it hurts." And I was like, "Yeah, it fucking hurts." And then I just ran inside and showed Mom, and she's like, "We gotta go to the ER." And then we went to the ER, and I don't know how you got off the shed, Colin, but that was
Probably a little bit more graceful.
Yeah, it was probably more graceful than my dismount.
Didn't hurt nearly as much.
That hurt so bad.
A little bit more tact was used.
That was the most painful injury I think I've ever had, because my thumb just looked absolutely mangled.
Who remembers wheelchair wiffle ball?
It's not an injury, Kane.
Yeah, this is an injury episode, Kane.
I'm gonna
We'll
cut out when you started that to when I'm gonna finish it. We're gonna have Mom on an episode, and she'll be able to tell that story because she tells that story the best.
Yeah, she does. That's true. That is very
true.
For
those listening, if you're like, "Hey, I got to hear where Mrs. Stewart is at with all this nonsense," she's going to be on at some point. I can't tell you when.
Yep.
Spencer.
And this is the same mother
she
who
looks
had
like a 5'11" blonde kid.
Once we get 1,000 subscribers, so maybe never.
Probably never.
Yeah, I think that's I have to cut off and go do some scaring.
Yeah, we got to go to B-dubs and watch some football. So
cool. Well, I appreciate you guys jumping on. Let's give a round of applause for our injuries throughout our younger years.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot more injury episodes, though.
Shout out
one more time.
Shout out hurting ourselves. Sunny South Florida.
Shout out to Southwest Florida, in the studio, me and Carter out here balling in the studio in Southwest Florida.
And also one more time, shout out to Recticare.
Recticare, baby. Get you some Recticare, get those hemorrhoids clean, get that butthole nice and tight.
Shout out to our sponsor, Recticare, because we could have chose anything else and we didn't.
Do we get sued for actually not being sponsored?
Probably.
Probably, but I ain't got no money, big. I ain't got no money.
We like to say our proud. We like to say our proud, hopefully soon sponsor, Recticare.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for legally cleaning that up, Carter.
Legally, we have no ties to Recticare. Just would like to preface that. Yes.
Anyways,
although hit us up if you're willing to make something happen.
Anyways, thank you guys for spending the time making while Mom was in the kitchen with us, and thank you for listening. Go do our
on all forms of social media at Mom was in the kitchen something. On
while Mom was in the kitchen on TikTok.
Sorry, my bad. Okay, go ahead, Caleb. Keep going.
Carter, what do you?
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to drop a comment down in the box. Spencer,
Yeah.
I mean the golfer guy or whatever.
King.
Well,
All
that's what,
right. Thanks, King.
It's so close.
nobody told me what I was supposed to say.
Nobody told anybody what we're
Doesn't matter, Kane. All you gotta do is shout us out and go like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. Follow us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us on @MomWasInTheKitchen. Do your thing. We love it.
Okay.
And
And
Fine.
seriously, Spencer, let us know. Seriously, Spencer, let us know what you want to hear. Let us know what
Yeah.
you want to hear, my man.
Because you're the only listener.
You are the only one. So at least the only interactive one. So
Colin,
don't-
if you want to, well, I don't know. I'd like to have somebody do the intro here. If
intro.
Man, it's just an outro.
yeah, to do the so that you can go. We got a great episode for you guys today. We're talking about all of our injuries in
I
the
haven't
second
even
part of
cut
them.
it. Should
Yeah,
stop
I
recording?
know. Yeah, you should. Should you stop recording? I don't know. Maybe
I can do it.
Well, you need to edit the film. You can't just